credit can buy you freedom with the right education. This one thing can change 98% of people's problems. It might can't buy you happiness, but it kind of can.
Yo, if you're black and brown in this country, you know how much the banks have raped us.
So why not invest into that first before you do anything else?
But do it the right way.
Jesus had 12 disciples, and the 12 disciples went to the world and talked about Christianity and literally moved the whole world. So it's almost the same mindset.
And then now we figured out how to take what was old. The life of your dreams is on the other side of leveraging other people's money. I want to get to the credit source.
You don't take a lot of people. It take a good 6 or 7 people who believe in you, who can go spread the word. What happened when those people change their life? They get their first house. They get their first credit card. What you think they gonna do? Go tell other people about it.
Wait. I know you want to watch this next video, but listen, if you are an entrepreneur, business coach, business consultant, or a small business owner who has a story and wants to learn how to create multiple streams of income from your story, I need you to text me right now, my book, to 646-687-4152. That is my personal number. I have been an author for over 12 years. I've written 10 books. 4 of them have been bestsellers, and I've sold over 100,000 books. But I've also helped a lot of my clients take their expertise and put it into a story, then create multiple streams of income from that. So I want to help you do the same thing. So text my book to 646-687-4152. All right, let's go back to the video. All right, so welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash, the greatest money mindset show on the planet. We don't just talk about wealth, we decode it. Today we have an awesome guest for you. This is a financial powerhouse who went from hustling knowledge to building an empire. He is a serial entrepreneur, credit expert, and the founder of WealthBuilders, one of the fastest growing platforms in financial education. Through his programs, Burney has helped people repair their credits, secure millions in funding, and start profitable businesses, even with brand new LLCs. Known for his high energy, no fluff style, Todd teaches people how to turn credit into cash flow, automate their funding systems, and build generational wealth that doesn't rely on guesswork. If you've ever wondered how to access capital, escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, or start your own credit business, this episode you cannot afford to miss. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you this brother has been doing it for a very long time, and he's going to give you all game, nothing but game, in order to get the capital that you need to go to the next level. Round of applause for my brother.
Hey man, I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
So first and foremost, this is a long time coming. We were supposed to do this episode
years ago.
But we're finally here, and I'm happy though. I'm happy because I'm about to get some exclusive stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get some stuff that, you know what I'm saying, AI wasn't around. What you're about to do to the funding game is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I first heard it, I said, nah, this can't be true. And then you just showed me what you're doing. And I think it's phenomenal. And so everybody, y'all gotta watch this. I'm telling you, if you you always hear using other people's money. And I'm a proponent of that. But you have done something phenomenal with AI, with bots, and we're going to go get into all of that. But just to start off, for those who don't know, who is Burney?
Man, first off, thank you for having me, man. So who is Burney? People don't understand, bro. I'm so country. Like, you hear it in my voice, man. I grew up modest means, grew up in the church, just going outside playing every day, man. Grew up with both my parents, so definitely grew up around a lot of love. And, when you're young, man, I grew up in like a 2-bedroom trailer with like 16 people. But when you're young, though, you don't really know because you're around family and love, man. So I always had that correct upbringing. And, man, I just wanted more out of life. Yeah. And just being able to get to this point in my life, man, it's like really been a blessing. Actually, people don't know, I actually have a master's degree in engineering.
Oh, wow.
So I went to Savannah State to get my undergrad. got into a severe motorcycle accident. I almost lost my life. So I had to take like a year off of school, did that. And I also went to the military straight out of high school. So I did the military for a little while. And then I went to college. And then after I went to college, I figured I'd like to go get more education. So I ended up going to get my master's in engineering. So I did engineering for like 5 years before I even ever knew what entrepreneurship was.
Wow. And from a master's in engineering, how did you get into entrepreneurship? Like
So one thing about engineering, you have to understand how something works.
Yeah.
Like everything is engineered. Like the mics we use, the cameras, everything is programmed to make something work better and more efficient, right? So, and in school, and this was back in like 2013. And they like, get a 6-figure job, and between accounting and lawyer and being engineering, those are the jobs that we knew that paid the most. So that's what made me tap into that engineering space, man, because I always growing up want to learn how things work. So that mind and that process got me to want to like do more. And I was looking at my life like, man, okay, yeah, at the time I'm making like 80, 90K. This is I say like 10, 15 years ago. And where I was from, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
It's still a lot of money, though.
It is, though.
Yeah.
When I moved,
once you get rich, it's relative.
Yeah, it's relative. But as soon as I moved to Atlanta, bro, and I got out of and I was around people that worked a 9 to 5, making that kind of money, the mindset was like, oh, wait, retirement,
right?
Traveling when they 50 and 60.
Right, yeah.
I ended up going to a networking event, and heard a completely different story and a different complete outcome in my life. And I'm seeing people 25, 27 making $30,000, $40,000 a month. And this was like back in like 2016. They had the time and the freedom, and they started talking about like financial literacy and leveraging credit. Foreign to me,
right?
But I was seeing it started making sense. Like I knew about credit because it's like, okay, I got this car. I remember I had to co-sign either something like, okay, they're not lying about it. Then it was like getting 50, 100K in capital. And at the time I'm like, bro, I'm not even thinking about saving 50, 100K. That's like so far out of my mind at that point. I'm not thinking about saving. I'm not thinking about the longevity in life. I'm thinking about the now. But listen to people talking about like wealth and financial literacy and how they're able to travel the world for free and take care of their family, it sparked the interest in me because I was like, dang, that's something that I would love to do. And that exposure got me curious. And I stepped into the environment, man, and I ain't look back.
Yeah. So one of the things I found intriguing about your story is that you started your own multi-level marketing agency, right? I come from a space where multi-level marketing is like people look at it as scams. They look at it as negative. But as a businessman, I think it's the best model. It's the best business model ever because what multi-level marketing, for those who don't know, is you're selling a product or service, and then you recruit other people to also sell that same product or service, and as you build your agency, if you will,
off of somebody else's work.
Yeah, other people, you're able to benefit from what other people are doing.
It's leverage. It's leverage.
Right. Talk a little bit about that. Like, how did that come about? What sparked you to like start your own?
I was looking at a way where everybody was like join communities, do MLM, because that was a way where people become millionaires before the internet stuff came out. Like you can get this amount of people, you can make 50, 100 grand a month and things of that nature, right? So I ended up joining these programs. And something that was kind of something I was interested in. So I joined a couple of trading MLMs, a couple of credit MLMs. And then while everybody was, trying to get all these people under them, I'm thinking like, bro, there's 100,000 people in this company paying $149 a month. I started doing the numbers.
Right.
Like 100,000 people, $199 a month. I got 500 people under me. They paying me this. So the company walking away with like 80% of the profit.
Yeah.
I need to get on the other side.
Facts. Yeah. Facts,
I need to get on the other side, man. So at the time, I was like, what skill set that I'm good at that they can benefit people's lives. They can change somebody's lives. And I was like, I got heavy into credit at that point. I joined these credit MLMs, whatever, but I started seeking further education and really like home in on the information and really apply it and actually change my life. So when I started doing it myself, I ended up decreasing my credit score from like a 5 to a 735. When I got my first $20,000 credit card, I started fixing my family credit, my mama, my sister, my grandma. Then it started with my friends or whatever. And I was like, okay, I know something.
Yeah.
I'm on to something because I'm seeing the results, right?
Yeah. So
it took me about, I remember I was telling my mentor, I was like, yo, I want to start my own MLM company. Because at the time, I'm like, bro, I got 1,000 followers, and I wasn't on social media promoting education because it was a hotbed. I was just on social media, whatever, right? So I was like, these people are, and I'm looking at the owner of the company. And I was like, he only got on social media, but he making millions of dollars. So I'm like, okay, but he's incentivizing people for bringing people in and getting a percentage of it too. And right then at that time, like I said, social media wasn't heavy. Everybody wasn't entrepreneurs. Everybody wasn't becoming millionaires overnight, creating their own business. Either you working a job or you were probably some part of MLM to make that kind of money or whatever. So it's easy for you to recruit somebody for something that's helping you change your life. So that's what I did, right? I had got like a group of my friends together. I'm like, bro, this is what I want us to do. I want y'all to promote on y'all social media, tell 10 people to come to this event. So it literally started with 6 people.
Right.
And I remember the story. I'm coming from the church, right? And they talk about Jesus and disciples. Jesus had 12 disciples, and the 12 disciples went to the world and talked about Christianity and literally moved the whole world to that. So it's almost the same mindset. You don't take a lot of people. It take a good 6 or 7 people who believe in you who can go spread the word, each one teach one to millions of people. And that's what happened. So just imagine 6 people inviting 10 people. I got 60 people in the room that I could never did on my own. So 60 people get into a room hearing information they never heard before, but it's making sense to them. And they already in a situation where credit is stopping them from getting a new house, from getting a new car. And he's like, dang, I could learn credit and get access to capital, and I don't gotta pay nobody $700 to $800. I could pay $99 to learn this information. Sign me up. Sign me up. And then guess what happened then? What happened when those people change their life? They get their credit, they get their first house, they get their first credit card. What you think they gonna do? Go tell other people. And that's how I started. And events went from 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, 100 people. I had 200 people in the lobby of my apartment complex.
Wow.
And it took off.
Wow.
I made $100,000 so fast. Like so fast, bro, because remind you, my program was $149 to get into, right? So just imagine that a point 100 people, 200 people paying $149 a month. Then I started recruiting myself. I was just seeing like, bro, I was looking at my Stripe account. Said, God dang, bro. And it just started growing. And it wasn't about the money. It was the lives that were being transformed in the process. So these people come in, Uber driving, these people making $800-900 a month. They know about credit. But now when I'm teaching them about, bro, I can help you get 50K in 60 days by teaching you credit. And not also getting the money, but now you got the mindset on what to do with the money in order to create passive residual income. And what I was seeing happening was it wasn't about the money. It's the person you had to become during that process to be that person. Like where you are right now. There's a process you had to go through. It ain't the Ash Cash now. The process made Ash Cash.
Absolutely.
The process made WB Burney.
Yeah, for sure.
And when that process happened, bro, man, like I said, it spread like wildfire. That's why I was saying. And as a result of that, the money just gonna come. Because everybody want it now.
And so you were able to see what your first million.
So I made my first million the second year I had my MLM.
Wow.
From making $80,000 a year, working 40 hours a week to doing something that I love to do. And I tell people in the beginning, a full year, let me tell you something that people don't realize though. That full year was straight hustle. I used to wake up, and I even tell people this too. I went 6 months with no sex during that process. What distracted me. Every day, and you can ask all my friends this, for a whole year, bro, I taught 5 classes from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I did an event every Tuesday and Wednesday for a full year. We didn't miss a day. And the lobby, to the point where they would charge me in the beginning, but the least offer was like, Ty, I see what you're doing, man. We ain't gonna charge you no more. So I was able to do it every Tuesday and Wednesday. We were having 50, 70, 100 people every Tuesday and Wednesday. I was teaching. So I would get up in the morning time on Zoom. From like 8 to 9, I would teach Forex. From like 10 to 11, I would teach e-commerce. 1 to 2, I would teach credit. Then we'll do a little bit of real estate. I did that for a whole year, bro. People don't see that. They don't see that. They don't see that. They saw the
all they see is the Lambo. They see the jewelry. They see
that's all they see. They don't see that. And you got to ask yourself, most people, where they are today, they're not going to do that type of work.
Facts.
Like I was speaking to this to some of my friends the other day about, I was looking at a video of Mr. Beats now, who he is today. But at the beginning, he was uploading videos every day and not one person viewed it. It was the consistency of him just kept on doing it. Just continue doing it. Even you probably got a story. I was listening to Kevin Hart's story, how they would go to the events, nobody showed up. They just consistent. And one thing I learned about people, bro, it's like branding, bro. It's like embedded in you. If you see something enough, you're gonna get curious.
Absolutely, it's a fact. Love that. And then so what was the pivot for you? So right. So before we even go to the pivot, from because I know you said you come from a good family, 2-parent household, college educated. Are you the first millionaire in your family?
Yeah.
Okay. And then how did that? First, how did that feel for you to be able to accumulate that much money? But also, like, what did that do to your family dynamic to be the first to break that generational curse?
I was able to do a lot for my family, man. I remember when I first made my like $500,000, I bought like my mom and my grandma a car, brand new car.
Yeah.
I gave my sister some money. I was just doing a lot of stuff for my family, man. Like, I just want to just thank them for like holding it down for me as I was growing up, bro. Because I was kind of bad growing up in school. My grandma, man, like my mom, my sister, my auntie, them, and right now, like, my cousin, I put them through college, and like my niece is in college right now, so I get her allowance every month. So it's just like I'm big on family, man. It's like I always want to give love to the people that helped me get to where I was at.
Yeah.
And I never forget that, man. So it's that feeling, bro. Just seeing the feeling of, I remember I took my mom to Vegas for the first time. I flew all her friends to Vegas. Gave my mom a couple $1,000 just to go spend. That feeling, bro, money can't buy that.
Yeah.
But it took money to allow that experience to happen.
Yeah.
That look on my grandma's face when I bought her a brand new car.
Yeah.
Like that feeling, you can't, it takes money, but you can't experience that, man. You have to put yourself in position to be able to do that for the people that you love, man. Yeah. So that's what really, my stuff came after that.
Yeah. And I love that though too, man, because I feel like a lot of people do it the opposite way, in which they get up and then now they focus it on how to show everybody else that they up, but not forgetting about the people that actually kind of held you down. So I love that. And then so I want to get to the credit sauce, right?
Yeah.
Because from a funding perspective, I think one of the biggest issues that happen with business owners or entrepreneurs, they run out of money. They have these great ideas. They probably, are transitioning from a 9-to-5 into business, or they are already in business, but they're not making enough money. You know what I'm saying? And so they always need like capital, to be able to fund their business. And so I know you teach people how to get access to funding, even with new LLCs, right? But even before I get there, how did you transition from multi-level marketing to learning about funding and then really like building funding?
Part of the Wealth Builders was mainly credit anyway. So for years I had got credit knowledge from like, just learning and doing it myself.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear somebody else doing. I went through it myself. I went through the phases of having bad credit, and I went through the phases of understanding financial literacy. I went through the phases of not having good credit, right? So having an MLM, and when you teaching it every single day, 365 days a week, you have no choice but to like be an expert at it, man. And that piece, and I realized how important it was for a person to understand financial literacy, because I seen what it did for my life, man. So that's what made me become a heavy advocate on credit, because it's like you need it.
Yeah. And so that give me the sauce, right? Like, I think that a lot of people who are just starting out might have credit issues or might just be building out their LLC. Like, what is the fastest way or the best way that somebody could get access to funding?
I always tell people, right, you can go the short route or you can go the fast route. So when you first get your credit started, I would tell you need about 5. People think just because you got a 720 credit score, you can go get access to 100K. But it's all about the data points. You need about 3 to 5 primaries on your account. So we were talking about Ava, Self Inc., Credit Strong, Runner Karma. Those are 4 builders accounts that you could put on your credit report, and you have to let them sit for about 6 months. And let me tell you,
your personal credit or your
on your personal credit.
Okay,
on your personal credit, you let it sit for about 6 months. Because what people don't realize is when those things sit on your credit report, there's something called a season profile. When you get new accounts, you're not going to be able to get funding because it's like a representation. If I come to you right now and ask you, bro, let me borrow 10K, and I don't have no rapport with you, you haven't seen any history of me paying people back, you're probably going to be like, you're not going to lend me any money. Right. But if you've seen history of, Ty pay his money back, he's been paying me back for years, you'll be more likely or more open, to lending me money. And the banks work the same way. They want to see that you have history in the game. They want to see that you have skin in the game before I lend you money. Or you can go the fast route, which means the primary route, where there are data furnishers that actually can expedite the process. So that means that you can go to a data furnisher and purchase a installment loan, purchase a primary that could be backdated, saying that you had it for 2-3 years, and that you have established credit history already. It's like Runner Karma, right? They say you not they say, but with Runner Karma and Credit Karma, on Credit Karma, you got TransUnion and Equifax. Once you get the Runner Karma, it posted on your TransUnion. It could backdate 2 years, and it could say you've been making a monthly payment of $2,000 for 2 years. That does two things. It gives you the data point, meaning you have the history, and that you've been seeing that I can pay payments on time for 2 years straight. And there's things called data firms that allow you to do that.
Okay.
So you got in that route, and you can get you $100K in 30 days if you got the access to the capital to purchase whatever that costs. Or you can go the long route and do the builder accounts, but they have to sit for like 6 months.
All right. So let me just unpack it a little bit, right? So somebody's trying to get access to funding. They can either start setting up accounts with starter accounts. They'll get those starter accounts. They have to wait about 6 months so that they can become seasoned. And then once they're seasoned, now they can start applying to get access to capital. Or if they want to do it the faster route, there are companies out there, data furnishers, that you can purchase, I guess, access, or
accounts that are seasoned, accounts that have credit history already, and credit limit.
And that's legit though, right?
That's legit. Yeah. You ain't you gonna go to shit. Like that. Like that.
Okay.
The bureau's just gonna look at your credit report. They're gonna see that, hey, this person has an installment account that's been open for 4 years. This person has a revolving credit card that's been open for 3 years. The utilization is low and the credit limit is high. That's all they're gonna see.
Yeah.
And that algorithm gonna see that, and they're gonna just be giving you all type of funding.
Wow. And then what is the biggest mistakes though? Also, like people make when trying to get funding, right? Because I know, like, a lot of times people are trying to, they might now they might have they might have the credit score, but they might not have the seasoned accounts, or they might not have the profile. Like besides accounts, credit score, what else are banks looking for, and what are some of the mistakes people make?
So I'm gonna say a lot of mistakes I see people make. Everybody holler authorized users, get authorized using your account. That means, of course, you're piggybacking off of somebody else's credit report. But nowadays they don't hold as much weight. And let me tell you one reason why, so y'all pay attention. If that card holder's address is not on your profile, the banks are gonna look at it as like, okay, you just went to some website and signed up for somebody's stuff. This is not your actual relative. This is not, because the purpose of authorized user means family, friends, family members, and immediate family to be on the card. So you will get denied, even with that authorized user credit report.
Wow.
But I always tell people, I say, hey, find, if it's somebody else, I say, find a card holder's address. Go apply for like a magazine to make sure that address shows up on your credit profile. So now when the banks pull it off, or underwriters say we're on a review, they're gonna look at this address and see, okay, must be like a family member because this address is on their profile. And now that authorized user will be used for your data points as well. Because without it, they're just gonna look at it like it's not even there.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I think that again, a lot of this stuff is algorithm.
It's all about. It's all systems, man. Algorithm.
Yeah. And so now let's talk about new LLCs, because I know you have a way for people to get funding with new LLCs. Talk about that process for me.
Okay, so with new LLCs, there are certain banks. We all know about Chase. We all know about Citizens. We all know about like Wells Fargo, all the tier 1 banks that will allow you to get funding with a brand new LLC. But you have to leverage your personal credit. I get a lot of people all the time, hey bro, can I get funding? I had my LLC for 6 years, but I haven't done anything with it. I be like, you still not gonna do nothing with it if your credit score is not up to standard, right?
Right.
So the first thing I tell people to do is get your personal credit together first, hit those data points, and then you can go to the bank and get large lines of credit or business credit. And the reason why you get more, because this is something called comparable credit. The reason why I say a person need at least like $3,000 to $4,000 personal credit card on their personal credit report, because when you apply for business credit, there's something called comparable credit. In order for you to get this $20,000 to $30,000 or $50,000 credit card, I need to see something on your personal credit at least that's a $10,000 or $15,000 to $20,000 limit. So that's why I suggest people to do the authorized user, but make sure the address is there. And if you can't afford it, go get the primary so you can expedite the process, so you can already have that $20,000 credit limit on your credit profile. Then the business credit, they sees that, the lender sees that, and they will give you the maximum capital for your business.
And then talk a little bit about like even how you set up the LLC though, right? Because I know people talk about making sure you got a business address and the phone number, and
a lot of people miss out on $100,000. There are people right now, they're sitting on a gold mine on their LLC. And the reason why they miss out on it, because simply it's not built correctly. They don't have the right address. Or they have their, cousin address on there or something like that. They got an email address, Pookie Hotmail, Pookie66 at Gmail.
Right.
You don't have a website.
Yeah.
You don't have a business bank account. It's just simply not structured properly. So the first thing I tell people to do is structure your business properly. Because there are some people who get net 30 accounts. You only need about 4 net 30 accounts on each of your 4 business bureaus. You got Experian Business, you got Equifax Business, you got Duns and Bradstreet, and you got LexisNexis. Those are 4 business bureaus. And certain lenders look for trade lines on those particular businesses. And what a lot of people realize is with these net 30 accounts, you can literally call like Granger, Uline, Creative Analysis, and ask them what business bureau that you report to. Say if you know you got a business, you in trucking, and you need an account with, I'm just going to say Lowe's, which is in the trucking industry, which is an accountant, right? They may pull Equifax Business. So when you build your business out, you need to know what you're going to get the funding for to make sure that when you go to these banks, that it's built in structure properly and know what they ask for. Ford right now, Ford gives out a $200,000 line of credit, but your Equifax Business has to be built up. You need 3 trade lines in your Equifax Business. People will miss out on that because they simply don't know.
Yeah.
So we educate to that depth to let people know, hey, go to Nav Prime, pull your business credit reports, pull your pay debt score. When you get these net 30 accounts, make sure that you're calling and these things are being reported.
And that's what I was going to ask though. Like, 'cause I know like right now, on the personal side, people could go to like Credit Karma or MyFICO or, annualcreditreport.com. Like where are those places? Like how do you said Paydex, you said like talk a little bit about.
So your pay debt score is like your overall business health.
Yep.
And it goes up to 100. I tell people the first thing you could do, you can go to Nav Prime app, right? And that could be your first build of business credit. And that will generate you a score. It's navprime.app. That will generate you. It's going to report on all 4 business bureaus. And they're going to generate you an Experian business score, an Equifax score, and a pay debt score, and going to give you a Duns score after you have your Duns number. That you get that first. And even sometimes people can get access to that one builder account on their business credit report. There are banks like Cap on Tap, Blue Vine, that you only need like 1 or 2 business trade lines to get at least a $10,000 credit card. Now don't even worry about your personal credit.
Yeah. And so now you get your credit score, because I know you also have that process of like getting 50 to 100,000 in like
you're going up to like
days.
200,000-300,000.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, we going crazy with it.
Word.
Yeah, because there's another thing too. We do when they come to us, we make sure their personal credit is right, make sure their LLC is correct, and we make sure they have a business bank account. And if you come to me early and you just not in a rush, you just want to get mentored and build early, I'm gonna tell you to go start getting have some track records on paper trail for your business. A lot of people don't do this either. When you usually get business credit, and there are banks that do business driven revenue, they don't care about your personal credit report, but they're going to ask you for 3 business bank statements. And a lot of people are, I don't have no revenue in my business. So I say, bro, it's your account, your personal account. Just go deposit about $500 into your business account every Friday.
Right.
So in about 3 months, you got, when the bank pulls when you Plaid and they pull your business bank statement, they log into it, they're going to see the deposits. Deposit going every Friday. It's cash flow that the banks look at it.
Right.
And now you can get a business-driven revenue loan with a 500, 600 credit score.
Right. Got it. Yeah.
So it'd be things like that. Make sure they do that. They be like, oh, I ain't never heard of that, right? So now guess what? Your personal credit bill. The LLC is set up correctly with 2 to 3 trade lines on your business. You got the business account from multiple institutions, and all of them have revenue in it. They have a deposit in them. They don't care about, you can put the money in and take it right back out. They don't care. They're just seeing daily, weekly deposit going in. Yeah. Now you have a relationship with all these banks, with 4 or 5 different banks. So now I'm getting you on a personal funding side through each bureau, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Because some people bureaus be up and down, some things report. So then we get a personal credit card, personal loan. Then we go into the business. We get a business line of credit, business loan, and sometimes we do SBA loans too. So we're hitting the banks in all different aspects, because most institutions do personal and business, but people miss on the business aspect of it because they don't. I literally would show you, I just got a person $500,000, bro.
Wow. 500,000.
500,000.
Wow.
Personal loans, personal lines of credit, business loan, and business lines of credit.
Wow. And talk a little bit about, like, now when somebody gets that funding, what's the best way to, like, deploy that money to make sure that, because obviously they're gonna have to pay it back.
I literally show you a message. I say, bro, what you gonna do with all this money?
Yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna come to you with it. So let me tell you why I love my business.
Right.
I love it, bro. I would end up making 20, 30 grand off of one client, right? Because first off, I helped them get the money they would never got without my knowledge.
Right.
Once they get the money, I've been investing in different things. I know how to trade. I know how to build e-commerce stores. We know how to do it all, right? And I've been doing it so long. I have a team to do these things. So now I this $500,000 with all these loans and stuff, we buy about $5,000-$6,000 a month.
Right.
But this money is meant to be used to live.
Right.
Create passive residual income. So they then come back to me and be like, bro, okay, here go what I need to do. If it's $20,000, $30,000. And what people don't realize is when you go through the process, bro, and you literally change somebody's life, they're not going to give you everything. They trust you because look what you done for them in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So I love that process too, because I make sure that, and what I don't like about a lot of onion people, bro, you just get people how to get the money, but you're not telling them what to do with it.
Right.
You actually the problem. And now these people got all these credit cards out with these interest rates, and if they don't have something to make the money, they really about to be in debt for real. So did you really solve the problem?
Yeah.
You didn't. So with me, you put them in debt. So with me actually educating a person, turning this $100,000 or $200,000 loan into real estate, learning, even investing into a mentor to learn a skill set. Right. You do trading too. I'm like, bro, pay for a mentor to learn how to trade, to leverage the capital that you got to grow it. So things like that, that's real financial literacy. Yeah. And I make sure that people do that too. I don't want to put them like.
Yeah. And I love that you say that because I've been in the financial literacy space for close to 20 years to be exact. And a lot of times when I hear people say financial literacy, they're only talking about getting money.
Yeah, that ain't financial literacy.
That's not financial literacy. Not at all. Right? Because we know that there are people who have made a lot of money but are still not financial literate. They lose it all. They go bankrupt, whatever the case may be. So financial literacy I believe, is 3 components. It's how to make money. It's how to manage money. It's how to multiply.
Yeah,
right?
I would say that.
If you can make, manage, and multiply, that's true, financial literacy. And so, I've seen a lot of, people who do funding kind of like, jump out they're out of nowhere, just helping people with funding. You've created something that I believe is going to, if not already, shake up the funding world. Talk about that a little bit.
So that too. And I want to go back to what you said about not having financial literacy. There's a point in my life where I lost $1 million before because I was teaching financial literacy. I'm okay to say this too because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I learned through the process because it's like at the time I had no mentor to teach me, how. I'm probably the first people in Atlanta to have a Lambo because that's the first thing I did.
Right.
But it was like 2020, 2019.
Right.
And I probably ran through like $500K and I made some bad investments because I didn't know.
Yeah.
But that process, now I'm actually grateful for it, bro. because it taught me what to teach people what not to do.
Facts.
Don't do this, do this.
Yeah.
Put your money in here. Don't go out here and buy all this stuff. Wait till you get you some passive income to pay for that stuff, man. So I definitely want to say that because I let people know that nobody's perfect. Even if I'm teaching this stuff, we all make mistakes. And we all have to learn from it to be able to become a better teacher and a mentor. I hate when people act like everything was always glitz and glamour and gold. It's never like that. That's not even real leadership. You have to go through something in order to be a leader. So transitioning, we talked about the funding bot. So what made me build this, I was like, okay, I'm going through some of these banking reps. They dealing with hundreds of other people. They don't answer the phone. They take forever to get back with you. You don't send your application and you don't hear nothing back for 2 weeks. And then I'm like, dang, you go through other people or, anything else, they charge you 10, 15, 20%. And even though I was doing this too, but I was like, I understand the aspect of it is a business and you are getting them people capital they couldn't get on their own because, people respect that too. Like, I can't do this without you, so I'm willing to pay the fee. It's a service. So, but I wanted to expedite the process and be on the side where, so as a SaaS product, I want to supply the software to the people in the marketplace. I want the funding people. It's like factories, right? You made just like a clothing factory, right? There's plenty of everybody sell clothes, but you come to these factories in order to get the material to supply to the marketplace. So I'm like, all these funding and credit companies, I'm going to be the software that you come get to be able to deploy to the marketplace. And I was like, this is going to do a lot for your business because it may take you, say 3-4 days just to do one person. And you're not getting the max amount of funding because you don't even have the knowledge at that level yourself, right? So I was like, what if I created something where it's faster, it's scalable, and it's accurate, and the data points are kind of already programmed in there a little bit. And it'll send you an email and say, hey, I don't think you make enough income. Just imagine you filling out an application and it sends you an email and say, I don't think you have enough income. So that you won't get denied. So even the way I got it set up is it's pre-approved because people understand there's sequences of funding. You do pre-approvals first to get an idea of what a person will qualify for. You don't want to be applying for stuff and they don't qualify and probably inquires on somebody's credit report. They definitely gonna get denied. So my bot is based off of pre-approvals first to get an idea about what they approve for, and then they go to the funding. And like I said, though, I showed it to you. You can do one person through 10 different institutions in less than 5 minutes. So just imagine how quick you look like as a business owner, being efficient and professional. And you hear a person back, they would say, oh, how much funding? They thinking they about to wait days. No, give me 10, 15 minutes. And you get an email with all these institutions that's giving you approvals or denials based off your credit score. And I sought back. I say, this is it. So we talk about Dion. I call Dion. I say, bro, check this out. He was like, bro, what the hell? I said, bro, I've been building this for like 7 months. And speaking of leveraging credit, that software took about $70K. All the programming, all it took said programming hours developed.
Now, it's really sophisticated because when I saw it, like literally, I'm sure you're showing me the video, and I'm like watching a bot apply for American Express card, putting all the information, and then after that, it went to a Capital One. Like, it's doing all of these things, which is like amazing to me because you just programmed it. It has the person's name, their information, and they're getting
like stuff that fast. I mean, we're going through 9 institutions in less than 7 minutes. And one thing I love about it is scalable because every week I'm going to be adding new institutions. So right now, this is for the personal, and then I'm building one for the business too. Because a lot of people don't understand the data points for business funding. So once you go through the personal, you're going to get an email and say, hey, we think you qualify for business funding too. And I'm going to have 9 institution that does business funding that you don't even know exist. 0% interest, no docs.
And you run through pre-approval, so you already know whether they're going to qualify or not for it. Wow.
And the only thing the person do is once the bot sends them, like I say, the CC, the actual business owner of their client, and the client will actually get an email, and then they also send them the links to the actual application they got approved for. The only thing I have to do at that point is either upload their ID or they check stubs, or sometimes if they credit score good enough, they'll just send them an approval.
What was the inspiration behind building it and the technology,
Actually, ChatGPT and Cloud AI. I was just sitting home one night, man. I was like, man, I need to scale, bro, because one thing about funding, you can't take on 30 people trying to do it on yourself because it's going to take all day.
Yeah.
Just imagine somebody with a 780 credit score that you trying to get them out of funding, bro. It's literally going to take you 8 hours.
Yeah.
And you're going to be researching different banks because there's so many institutions out there.
Right.
You got local credit unions in the person area that you don't know about.
Right.
You don't know the sequence on what bank to apply to first. So you just don't be knowing.
Right.
So you're not maximizing the funding of a potential client. And that's what I feel in at that time. I was like, man, it's taking me too long.
Yeah.
I got 30 people that's waiting for funding. It's been weeks now. I just can't get to them because one person is taking me 4 days.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to build something to expedite this process, man. So I'm thinking about applications and how everything, this AI right now. So I was sitting there one night. I spoke to chat. I was like, yo, how do I do X, Y, and Z? And then it was like this, and this too. I was like, it was naming out programs, softwares, coding that I never heard of before. So I took the code and went to, I had a developer at the time. I said, bro, I sent in the description. I said, can you build this for me?
Yeah.
He was like, let me do some research.
Yeah.
Came back to me. He said, it's gonna be expensive, but I could do it. I like, how much? He said, it's gonna take like $365 at like $40 an hour.
Yeesh.
And we started in like December last year.
Yeah.
So man, and guess what I did? Man, I went and took out a credit. I went and took out a little loan, a business loan, bro, and got the money and paid them like half of the front. So money didn't even come out of my pocket.
Wow.
Even though I had the money, I was like, I gotta leverage my credit, you know?
Absolutely.
Because I know it's gonna take a while. And off my 70 grand, bro, I'm only paying like $400 a month.
Right.
So that's nothing. But I'm also getting this system built that's going to change the world.
Yeah.
And I deployed it for the first time like 2 weeks ago and made my money back the first day.
Wow.
And I even got, if I show you my DMs now, bro, I got people right now that's like, bro, how much can I want to buy it.
Wow.
And
right
now, bro, too. So it's like, they able to scale so fast because you can take on 10 people and getting results the same day.
Right. And I think so I think that's the beauty of just using AI, using bots. Like the beauty of it is that you can do things at a faster pace than ever before because like you said, like I know a lot of people in the funding space and that's their biggest issue. The biggest issue is capacity,
man.
Right.
Capacity.
Like they're trying to, there's more than enough people who want to leverage their credit.
Everybody want to leverage their credit.
But they just don't have the capacity. So now, they're taking, and I think that's what gives the education space also a bad name though, right? Because if somebody's like educating on credit and they're taking on these clients and they don't have the capacity to service them, now it's like, I gave you my money. I need the result, but you're not giving the result fast enough. So now you figured out a way. You found the problem. You found the way to scale it. Is it something? How do you number one? How do you protect it? Is it like, do you patent it?
It's already patented.
Yeah,
I'm already working on the trademark.
Yeah,
and the code you won't.
You got to know the back office. You got to know the code.
Yeah, I ain't worried about nobody because it gonna first off it gonna take a long time,
right?
And there's certain protocols that you need to know in order to make this happen. We talked about the fraud detection.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You got to know that because the bank's gonna deny that too.
Right.
Because like I said, IP addresses.
Right.
Sometimes the person and everybody know this in funding.
Yeah.
It'll say unable to verify identity. Because you may be in Atlanta and applying for somebody. And there's certain banks that don't play about that.
Right.
I'm gonna give y'all a quick game, man. Get you a VPN. Get you a VPN because you can switch up. You can change locations on based on where you're applying to. So you can avoid that fraud detection stuff. But it's just so many different things that went into that. And I done did like 10 versions till I got it right.
Right.
But I wasn't stopping because I knew once it hit the marketplace, it was over with.
Right. I don't want people to miss out on, like, I love the fact that you actually also said that you were able to make your money back, right? So like, it's almost like
I made my money back the second day,
right? So number one, you had the idea. Number two, you leverage your credit in order to create, to create the idea. Number three, though, like even as you created the idea, you leveraged, the bank's money. You were patient enough to keep going through different iterations of it, right? To make sure that you got it right. Because I have a saying, right? Don't do it till you get it right. Do it till you can't get it wrong.
So yeah, right? I running through every aspect, man. We was running through, okay, what did this happen? All different case, every different like case, different scenarios. I literally had a notebook and a board, bro, just full of, okay, the what ifs.
Yeah.
And once we run through the what ifs, okay, we got that squared away. What if it does this? What if a person has, it's so much stuff that went into it. Because think about it. You talking about a bot. We can't make no mistakes.
Right.
Social security number got to be right.
Right.
Even in the form, in a sense, different. The bot needs to be able to know that this is this in this location.
Yeah.
So there's certain things need to be programmed. It took a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I just understand as an engineer, I understand how things work.
Right.
So I'm able to ask the right questions.
Right.
And then once you went through it yourself, okay, this needs to work like this.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I was getting it's just a lot of stuff that went into it, but I didn't give up on it because I was worried about the end goal. Once I do get done, even if it took me another year, this SaaS product is going to kill. It's going to either hurt the funding game for people that's doing the 10%,
right,
which would hurt me too, but I own the software now, so I really don't
right.
So, and it's going to help clients get money faster because the same people that's charging you 10%, these are the same banks.
Right.
It's in this software.
Yeah.
So first off, if you get 100,000, you ain't got to pay nobody 10.
Right.
You keep the full 100,000,
right,
and you get results the same day instead of waiting 2 weeks.
So you save money and you save time.
Save money and time,
man.
That's what we all here for.
That's what we here for.
Money and time.
And then, so what's the business model? Are you looking to licensing it? Do people pay a subscription fee for?
I wasn't trying nothing about over their head. So what I was thinking was probably like a startup fee, then monthly, just monthly access to using it. If you don't pay, it's another way to create monthly, revenue.
Yeah.
Or there's 3 ways I was thought about doing. That's why I've been, talking to Dion about like, ways I could monetize it. And I also was offered like $2 million already from a fintech company. And I turned it down because they saw it immediately and I showed them the revenue and they just ran through it. They were like, yo, wow, this is crazy.
Right.
They were like, yo, they would start throwing the numbers out there. I could do all these people and yeah, bro.
Right.
Fast. And now you going to go tell somebody, yo, I just went to this company, bro. Yeah. I got $100,000 in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You get approved, but you might wait for the car to come in mail or if you got to have your update, but it just made the company look so much more professional.
Yeah.
And you can narrow the market that way. So I was going to white label and sell it as a whole to somebody, but still, I'm never giving out. I don't think nobody could pay me enough for me to give up the source code.
Right.
But I will let you white label it.
Right.
I will let you license it. And I would keep it to myself to start like I said, to put it on a startup fee and some monthly fee to use every month.
Yeah. No, I love that. And then so how does, man, like I got so much questions about that though, because I feel like again, if somebody knows how to get access to capital and then learn how to deploy that capital, they can start building wealth. Like, is there a way, and I don't know if you thought about this, but is there a way to create a bot that puts people through, right? Kind of looks at their credit, is able to give them recommendations on how to fix their credit, and almost like taking them through that journey. Yeah.
So I actually have that already.
Okay.
So for personnel, and I also use ChatGPT to come up with the program where a person put the information in, their credit score. You need to get them suggestions on like, what to keep on there, what to dispute, what items to add on their credit report. Just a basic credit assessment is automatically done instead of taking a person. And people appreciate that little stuff.
Yeah.
Being able to kind of guide them, because what people do is they get their credit fixed. They still don't understand the credit. They didn't understand what happened during that process. They didn't understand why these things came off. So don't go back and make, how many people got their credit fixed, go make this bad decision because they never understood it. They never got it right. They just got their credit fixed.
Yeah.
It's like an athlete getting $100K, but don't know that they're getting them $10 million to understand financial literacy. You're going to blow it again because you got the same habits and the same mindset.
Yeah.
Your mindset and habits never change.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's always gonna result back to that.
Yeah. And so now when we look at Ty, we look at what you're doing in funding, we look at credit. Like, what's the big picture for you? Like, what's next? What
having a fintech company come to me and say, I want to give you $100 million for your software. That's what I like. That's what I think is gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
Because when people look at it, you can't deny the technology.
Yeah.
Like, you can't deny it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's it for me, man. And I love teaching, bro. I love teaching, man. I love my students. I love just helping people. And like I said, it ain't really about the money, bro. It's like, it's giving me purpose, because it's like we all should want to strive to be something that's making impact to the world, man. And at that point, it feels good. It's like, that's where my energy comes from. Like, just me being a positive person, bro. It's like, I just love to see people live a better life, because I look at it like this. You live a better life, everything, the world is better.
Yeah.
There's more happy people walking around.
Yeah.
Like, having the opportunity to visit these countries like Dubai, and I'm about to go to Japan in a few weeks.
Nice.
Mitch got a mentorship out there, so I'm about to go out there with him.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing these different places and seeing how happy people are.
Yeah.
I love seeing happy people with a smile on their face.
Yeah.
I don't walk around about angry because they're going through all these hardships, whatever.
Right.
And I look at it like this, man. Each one teach one.
Yeah. And you know, I think that's one of the beauties of that, right? Each one teach one is like, when you start to learn these things, like you said, you know, being the generational curse breaker, and really just you know, getting this access to this, you know, to funding, to experiences, and being able to help other people see that this is possible.
Mm-hmm.
How has, like, you know, being a millionaire and being somebody who's, you know, not only build wealth for yourself, but help other, you know, build wealth. Like how is that translated when you think about your family, when you think about, you know, friends, like how has that impacted them?
Just inspired them. A lot of my friends be like, Ty, bro, you inspire me so much, man. Yeah. And I was inspired by, you know, the people that was in front, that was above me, man. I never forget my homeboy Gooch, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I first went to his house, I ain't know nothing about no Lambo or nothing of that stuff. They made how these Lambos in the garage. It inspired me, like, damn, like, dude, cool as hell. Like, you know, it's just your environment, man. It really means just as much as the actual tangible item itself. That's because it takes you to be inspired by something to cause motion in your life. It takes something to get up to actually go to do the work. You have to be inspired by something to actually go to the gym and get in shape. Something has to move you.
Yeah.
And it's usually the things around you or whatever you were exposed to. That's why, you know, bad seeds are in bad environments. They grow up to be rotten. And there are good seeds in good environments that grow up to be fruitful, because the environment, there's nothing but fruitfulness people around you. And you grow up to be that way, man. So I'm grateful when my friends tell me how inspired they are. And I also have people that I'm inspired by too. I might make some money, right? I might, you know, talk to Dion or talk to Mitch or whatever.
Yep.
They done damn near double what I done made.
Right. Facts.
Like,
Yeah.
Right. Get back to work, bro.
Right.
But, and I tell people the reason why I love lifestyle marketing so much, because that stuff inspires you.
Absolutely.
I need that.
Yeah.
I want to see that, bro, you done did $1 million in a month. I need to see that.
Yeah.
Showing it to
Facts.
you.
Yeah.
Because it keeps me, them days, when I see people posting 3-4 times a day, bro, keep posting.
Yeah.
I need that, because that may help me that they don't want to post. Now, my dog, he already up. He posting 10 times a day.
Right. Exactly.
So, people don't understand how important it is, man. You need to be around people like that.
Yeah. No, I love that. And then you know, I think that it, you know, because I think you said this before about, you know, the person that you became, right? Like, you have to become, you know, the process helps you become this person. And I even think, like, when you think about like lifestyle marketing, or you think about the things that inspire you, you have to become the person that is inspired by people's wins, right? Because there are people who may not understand how, you know, lifestyle marketing, like, some people think it's flexing. Some people might, you know, have a negative view on it. But at the end of the day, you know, you think about, you know, I know for me, when I saw, you know, a lot of people get into money quickly and look like me and don't have to, like, I was a banker, so I used to do it, bro. Right. I used to wear suits all the time. The moment I said, yo, I don't got to wear a suit no more, I'm throwing this thing off.
Bro, let me tell you, right? I just had this conversation a month ago, right, with one of my friends. They asked me to come speak at an event in Vegas.
Yeah.
They were like, wear a suit. I said, bro, I'm not about to be outside at no mansion. It's 120 degrees outside with a suit on. I'm coming in a tank top and some shorts, bro.
Right.
And I think that motto, because I used to hate that, man. People think that you have to wear a suit and tie in order to be professional, in order to have, you know, to be respected, bro.
Right.
But once you understand who you are, and once you speak, bro, that's what really matters.
I agree.
I may be one of the most humblest person in the world, but I like jewelry.
Right.
This is myself. I'm comfortable. This is who I am.
Right.
I don't want to be like, hey, Bob,
Right.
So,
exactly.
hey, this is what we're going to learn. That ain't me.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean that I can't deliver information.
Right.
Because I went through the process. Them the people you need to be scared of.
All right. Yep. Exactly. That's a fact.
Them the people that's going to steer frame that appears something that might not even have
Yeah.
the education, might not even have the proof that this person actually good at what they say they're doing. I want to learn from somebody that look like me that done went through the trenches.
Yeah.
So that even when I'm emotionally not in that space to go out here and perform, they don't went through it before.
Yeah.
I can't relate to somebody that ain't went through nothing because sometimes your words, how you speak to people, it sparks something in them.
Yeah.
I need to be able to speak to you in a way that inspires you, that motivates you to get out here and actually do the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went to the event. I had a tank top on, some shorts.
Right.
It was on the way.
Right.
But guess what? They was out there with suits on, sweat running their eyes. They can't even speak right because they can't speak because sweat on their eyes.
Yeah.
I'm out there just chilling.
Yeah.
And even everybody coming up to me, bro, man, what you said, I was able to get what I was able to say out because I did it comfortably, bro. And I think that we need to get out of that narrative of what it looks like.
Right.
Yeah, in certain situations you do have to dress how you need to dress, but we need to get away from that, how things look and what it really besides what it really actually is.
Yeah.
This is what it actually is. This is the actual process it takes. No matter Alex Hermosa, he wore some shorts and a tank top all the time. But he did for $100 million.
Right.
You think he care about coming to suit and time? No.
Yeah.
He's comfortable. So why a person that looks like me, why I can't do the same thing?
Yeah.
I don't want to make it look like what it ain't, bro. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
And that's throws people off as well.
Yeah. I remember the guy from Shark Tank. He was talking about Mark Cuban, and he was like, Mark Cuban has showed him, taught him this important lesson where every time Mark Cuban is always in a t-shirt, always t-shirt, sneakers, jeans, and Mark told him, he said, it's usually the guy in a suit. Be careful, not be careful, but watch for the person who is not trying to impress anybody.
Yeah.
Because that's usually the person that has the most power in the room, right? And he's like, when you think about Mark Cuban is in a t-shirt, he's in jeans or whatever, and then you see all these guys in a suit, but the people in the suit are the ones trying to pitch the Mark, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I tell people, let's know if you call me to an event, I'm coming as I feel comfortable too, because
absolutely.
I ain't trying to impress nobody.
Yeah.
I don't care about the view. I know I got your best interest at heart. I know that I know what I know.
Yeah.
So.
And you didn't work this hard
to
be stuck in a prison. Like I want to show up how I want to show up.
Exactly, bro. And I'm going to do that every single time, man. I'm coming up with the jury on because I work hard.
Yeah.
I'm coming I've been in the gym every day. You can see what the workout I'm
Right. 1,000%. Yeah. 1,000%.
Doing that, man.
And so, so now, and I know we touched on it a little bit, but like bad credit. If you have bad credit, can you get funding?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Only way you have bad credit and get funding, you have to build an LLC that we talked about. You're going to have a business bank account. You're going to have that business revenue, and your business credit needs to have at least 2 to 3 trade lines on each bureau. And that way you can go to these these particular fintech companies or these different institutions like Fundero, like I said, Blue Vine, Fundbox, where they're strictly kind of looking at your business. They're not too much caring about. They're looking at your business revenue compared to your actual personal credit report that you have to personal guarantor. So if you do have bad credit, the first thing I tell people to do is either join my credit repair company or whatever, or just get your credit fixed. I tell everybody that's the best thing you can do if you don't have capital is make a little bit of money. And it's okay if you have to work, but invest your money in something that's going to give you an ROI on your money. And I had to learn that when I first got into entrepreneurship. We'll go out here we give Anejo, Grey Goose all our money. Right. Rock all our money. And what does that do for us? Nothing. And I tell people, you could take that same money, invest it into something that can actually do something for your life, that actually eventually in life can buy back your time and actually buy you freedom. Because credit can buy you freedom with the right education. So why not invest into that first before you do anything else? Because this is the problem. I tell people, we hear the saying quote, if it's a money problem, you got no problem. This one thing can change 98% of people's problems. It might can't buy you happiness, but it kind of can. If I ain't, it's cool being able to do whatever.
What they say, if anybody who says money can't buy happiness hasn't made enough, you ain't making enough. You ain't making enough, because I know. I'm telling you, it's close.
But get that credit together, man, and just and you know what really made me really like understand how important, like how to really like fix credit a lot of people, when they fix credit, they just tell you send letters out.
Yeah.
But when the when the credit bureaus send you something that says, hey, we can't verify the account, or to say, hey, account verified, they're not sending you documentation why it's verified, you can't just send out another letter because they're going to say the same thing back to you. Right. Now you have to start referencing different laws, referencing documents. Okay, if this account's verified, show me the original contract. Show me the IP address where this came from, my residential address. Right. Provide the information to me. Right. This law states that these things has to happen before you verify this account. If those laws are not, it's like going to court. Mm-hmm. If you can't prove that I did this based on laws and facts that I've asked for, you gotta let me off. Yeah. And I'm gonna make you do the work. Yeah. I ain't gonna tell you that I did these things. Go do your job. Right. Bureaus, you make the bureaus go do their job. Right. Make them go find the original contract. Yeah. Make Capital One, the charge out to Santana's. Make them go do the work. Yeah. And if they can't do the work, then it ain't mine. Exactly. You ain't doing nothing wrong, because there are laws that make them verify. Because who's to say somebody else didn't do this? Yeah. And the thing is, and I'm glad you said that, because I think that people don't realize that the onus is on the banks. They got to prove you. Yeah, they got to prove you. You ain't got to prove them nothing. Right. But you can't keep just sending out the same thing saying verify. They just gonna keep doing those things. Yeah. Make them go the extra mile. Yeah. To me, and what made me learn more, because I was curious. I was like, dang, they keep coming at verified. Mm-hmm. So I'm researching online verification. I started learning about different codes. This was like years ago. That's when I was like, okay, I asked them this question. They came back with something else. Mm-hmm. Oh, then I seen this law saying they needed it done in 15 days. They didn't provide it. I sent another letter off. They took it off my credit report. And I was like, once I got that piece of education, that got this thing off my credit report that was on there when I first got into credit back in like 2012, 2013. It took me 2 years because I didn't have the education. So that piece of education helped me expedite, getting that negative item off my credit report to now go get access to capital. It usually that barrier that sometimes it's just a lack of education to get you to where you need to go. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it was. So, and I used to get all these letters back. And even when it came to funding, they tell you why you got denied. Right. Too many inquiries, not enough history, not enough revolving accounts, debt to ratio, debt, there's too much debt, too many recent new accounts. So that's what made me learn about the seasoned accounts. I said, too many recent accounts. Look at my credit report. Oh, these accounts I'm open 3 to 4 months. I wait maybe 4 months to apply again with the same accounts. I got approved at that point. Because they just basically X'd out them that point, because now it's seasoned. So that's how I knew that threshold was about 6 to 8 months. Because anytime before then, you can get the denial letter saying too many recent accounts. And also with debt, right? They may not approve you based off your amount, because they're going to take your credit card payments. They're going to take your car loan, whatever loans you got, and they're going to add it up, and they're going to see how much you make and give you a DTI. It needs to be under like 30. So I tell people, you need to go get a side job, make more money, or claim more money, so that you can eliminate that. I can't give you this funding because you can't even pay this back based off the money you are already making. You're not making any more. The truth of the matter is, when you own a business, and this is a true fact, if you own a business, you don't know how much money you're going to make this year in business. And so when credit card applications, that's why I call projected income. Exactly. When credit card applications, so all of you detectives out there, I'm a former banking executive. I worked in a bank for 15 years. I was a CEO of a credit union. All of you detectives out there that are like, yo, they just told you to commit fraud. No, they didn't. If the application is telling you what is your projected income, look it up, chat GPT it. If it says, what is your projected income for the year? If I believe I'm going to have a great year this year, and I say my projected income is XYZ, I did not lie on the application. You did not at all. I'm telling you, based on my business at the moment, I project to make XYZ. And I think that's important, because unfortunately, I don't know where all of, and I'm about to go on a sandbox, because I don't know where all these fake crusaders come from, right? Especially black ones. I'm going to just say what it is. Yeah. Yo, if you're black and brown in this country, you know how much the banks have raped us, have stolen from us, redlining, stopped us from building wealth. And then now we figured out how to take
what was old, right? What Jay said, I'm overcharging for what they did to the Cold Crush.
Yeah.
You find out how to legally, though. I'm not saying illegally. There are illegal things that you can do, right? I'm not advocating for nothing illegal. But there are legal loopholes that you can take advantage of, and then these fake crusaders are trying to put a bad taste around how to build wealth in our community and in sickness. So I just wanted to say that.
Bro, I hate that, man.
Yeah.
I hate when people, oh, this person said, I'm like, bro, they lied.
Yeah.
Or, oh man, that sounded like a scam. I say, bro, I've actually done this. There's nothing wrong with doing this. That's where the education piece come in at. And the reason why most people are scammed because you're uneducated.
Facts.
And you think there's something that's not being taught to you that's outside of the norm. But the norm is keeping you in your financial hardship.
Facts, exactly.
So I'm like, yo, there's information out there and things that way. When I talk about what to say with credit, I say, bro, this section 106.16B18, it states this. You don't got to listen to me. You can go Google this actual code.
Yeah.
It'll tell you that they have to provide these things to you. You're not doing anything wrong.
Exactly.
And like you said, projected income. If it's March and I'm already doing $20K a month, so it's $60K. And if I say I'm gonna make $400,000 this year, I might possibly can because these past 4 months they've been consistently making $20,000 to $30,000, man. When I hear people like that, bro, I just don't. I ignore them because people new to it,
for sure,
or they done heard somebody say this stuff. They done tried it one time and they just go off and think that the Bible, like what they say is the Bible. Now, man, and I tell people, do your if you ask the right question, you'll know who educated or not. That's why I'm big on education, because now you can kind of weed out the people that's like, that don't even make any sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, you about like me. I hate the internet.
Nah, 100%. If somebody wanted to like join your program, learn how to get funding, all that stuff, where can they find that?
You can find me on Instagram at WB Burney. That's WBBURNEY. YouTube, the same thing. WB Burney or the WealthBuilders. And, we got a community now that teaches like real education, not just how to fix credit, but how to, leverage credit, repair credit, leverage credit, and how to make money, grow money, and manage money. We teach it in our community. It's only $59.99. And also, once you get the money, we have different programs. I call it a paywall, where the way I got my community set up, bro, it's pretty dope. You get your credit fixed. You go through our funding company. Then we have something, the paywall, where you can go invest the money into learning how to trade, take a trading course, get a trading mentor, get into real estate, get in the healthcare industry, different ways where you can leverage your money to build passive and residual income. So I made my program like that.
No, I love that. And then is there anything that I didn't ask? Like I got this from my last interview, but is there anything I didn't ask you that you want to leave our audience with?
I would say, man, don't be afraid, man. A lot of people say, what is that thing that, stop you or stop most people? They be like, I'm stuck. And I think it's get over that fear and stop worried about what people think and gonna say about you. Because at the end of the day, when them bills come around, when you have an emergency, them people that you were scared of that might judge you, they're not gonna be there for you.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be there when your mama or your grandma needs you, when they get old and they get sick and they need you to come through. Them people not gonna be there.
Yeah.
So, and that's one thing I could say. If I would have never got over my fear, and I used to be afraid to speak to people because I was country. I talk fast, and sometimes I think before I speak. And that fear in the beginning, when I used to speak to like one or two people, bro, I swear I used to sweat bullets. But I had to tell myself, my grandma told me this, she was like, baby, you have a gift to inspire people and to lead people.
Yeah.
So if I would have let people judge me because me being from the country, I have a thick accent, and me scared to speak in front of people, I would never be an educator I am today.
Yeah.
And I just got over that. And once I knew who I was and what I had and the lives had changed, I didn't care at that point.
Right.
You say what you want to say.
Whatever.
Your bank account don't look like mine, and I guarantee I done changed more lives for you.
So that's 1,000%.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's how I look at it. I look at it like the people who got time to talk about somebody else you ain't doing enough.
You ain't doing enough, bro. I don't care about what nobody got going on.
Facts. All right, y'all. We are closing out the vault. Another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash, the greatest money mindset show on the planet. Yo, make sure y'all tap in with my guy Ty. Follow him, visit his website. Revolutionary. Listen, the life of your dreams is on the other side of leveraging other people's money. Do it the right way. Do it in a way that you're able to make the money, manage the money, and multiply the money. And so tap in with my guy. Me, I am Ash Cash. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Inside the Vault. Go to our website, InsideTheVaultShow.com. Follow me on my website, IamAshCash.com. You can follow me on all social media platforms at I am Ash Cash. Join my community, right? We have the Abundance Community where we help you live in abundance. Go to theabundancecommunity.com. I'll see you next time. Same time, same place, in God's will. All right, y'all. Peace.